In this video we will start internal trade. Now on the basis of geographical locations of buyers and sellers, we can divide or classify trade into two categories. First is internal trade, second is external trade. And the trade which takes place within the nation's geographical boundaries, political boundaries, is called internal trade, and trade between two or more countries is called external trade. Okay, so in this chapter we will be discussing only about internal trade. So we are discussing the definition again. Buying and selling of goods and services within the boundaries of a nation are referred to as internal trade. Now the internal trade can be classified into two categories. One is wholesale trade and another is retail trade. Generally, for products which are to be distributed to large number of buyers who are located at different places, far geographical areas, it is difficult for one producer to make available his produce to various customers, okay, or retailers. So he takes the helps of intermediaries. Okay, so the purchase and sale of goods and services in large quantities for the purpose of resale. Okay, the wholesalers are buying from manufacturers with the purpose of reselling it. Okay, our intermediate use is referred to as wholesale trade. Generally, the wholesale trade takes place in bulk quantities and it is with the purpose of resale. On the other hand, purchase and sale of goods in relatively smaller quantities and generally to the ultimate consumer. That means the person who is buying from the retailer is buying it for his own consumption, not for resale. Okay, so in a small and it is in smaller quantities is referred to as retail trade. Traders dealing in wholesale trade is known as wholesalers, and the retailer, the persons who is dealing in retail trade is known as retailers. Now the services of wholesalers. Wholesalers provide various services to manufacturers as well as retailers. Okay, in the distribution of goods, stocking it, financing, feedback, okay, technical knowledge, or the customer's preferences, everything is made available. Okay, so when the product is to be made available, the timing, the place, all support is provided by the wholesaler, and thus he creates time as well as place utility. Now services to manufacturer. The wholesalers services to manufacturer. First one, he helps the manufacturer producer in large scale production. Okay, wholesaler collects small orders from various retailers and then he pulls the order and gives the order to the manufacturer. He makes the purchases in bulk quantity. Okay, so when he receives orders in bulk quantity from manufacturers, he is able to produce goods on a larger scale, thus taking the advantage of economies of scale. When goods are produced on larger scale, certain expenses is distributed and the cost of production per unit comes down. Then bearing risk. Now the wholesaler is dealing with the retailers and the manufacturers in his own name. He is taking the delivery. He keeps the goods in large quantity in his godowns, so there is risk of fire, theft. Okay, so even the goods he purchased may not be purchased by the retailers, or they may be not used by the consumers, so the retailer may return it. So the risk is borne by the wholesaler. Then financial assistance. The wholesalers generally place their order with advance money. Okay, so it helps the wholesalers in getting the much required working capital. Expert advice. Since the wholesalers are in direct touch with retailers who collects a lot of information about the product from the retailers. The feedback is, and the retailer gives it to the wholesaler. So wholesaler is dealing with lot of retailers, so he has abundant information about the product, the quality, the usage, the drawbacks, the customer preferences and all. This he passes on to the manufacturer about the market condition, customers taste and preference and everything. Okay, then the manufacturer gets helps in marketing from the wholesaler, like distribution of goods over the larger area, in promoting the goods and etc. Okay, services to retailers. Okay, now the wholesalers makes the product available to the retailers over the, who are spread over the larger geographical area. Helps in marketing also. Okay, then the wholesalers provide credit to the retailers. Okay, smaller retailers get credit who have a good reputation or who is in a longer relation with the wholesaler gets credit. Okay, thus increasing the sales. Specialized knowledge. Okay, then the wholesaler deals in one or two lines only, thus he is having the specialized knowledge about the usage and benefits of that product. He helps the retailer, he helps the retailer by passing on his knowledge.